How to beat the competition in your area with your SA units. Hello, my name's Mark Fitzgerald. It's fantastic to have you joining me here on this video. So let's talk about how you can beat the competition with your serviced accommodation units. I love serviced accommodation as a strategy. I like to do it with rent to rent, and there's other ways you can acquire property as well without buying it and do serviced accommodation. Now, of course, if you are a portfolio landlord and you have buy-to-lets, at the moment your interest rates are going through the roof. So if you have any mortgages that are coming close to the end of a deal or a term and you need to renew them, you could be really concerned that your buy-to-lets won't stack up anymore and you could be in financial trouble. Now, serviced accommodation is a great way to take those buy-to-lets and then let them out to holiday makers on short-term contracts. But of course, you can do the strategy of rent to rent with serviced accommodation, rent to SA as it's called. You can look to joint venture with landlords as well, and there are other possibilities and other methods and ways that you can do this great strategy as well. And if you're really interested in serviced accommodation, then please do check out the Ultimate Serviced Accommodation Business Builder Training Program on thepropertyunleashed.com, because we are here to help train and help people building serviced accommodation businesses. Whether you already have property or whether you're looking to acquire property, this training, support and coaching, which is done by our lead trainer, Graham Linley, is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And if you're watching this, then I guess you are interested in serviced accommodation. So let's now talk about how we can beat the competition in our areas. And some of these points may seem very simple to you, but I see far too many people not taking this seriously. Far too many people just think, I just need to get out of a property. Any old property will do, and then I'm going to whack it on Airbnb and I'm going to see all that money rolling in. Well, let me just tell you, that's a great strategy, but it's flawed because there are so many processes, procedures that you need. There's a lot of moving parts in serviced accommodation, and you have to make sure first and foremost that you are set up compliantly, that you set yourself up for success with potentially VAT and the way that your company will be structured. There is a lot more to it than a lot of people are sharing and helping you with. They'll show you the fluffy bits, but then they'll leave you stranded when it actually comes down to how you make money. You can see the money rolling in, but if you're not on top of your business revenue in your business and your company, then you could be in trouble really at the end of any financial year. So you have to stay on top of all of these things to see that you are actually making money, that you are actually making a profit and not just seeing all this money coming in, but then it's going out the side door. But of course, competition in your areas will be a worry, will be a concern. Now, first and foremost, it's great to get on the portals and start checking what the competition is. Look for people obviously letting or offering properties that are the same sort or types of properties that you're doing, that you're going to be letting yourself. Look at the clientele. Are they going to be contractors? Are they going to be holiday makers? Will they be for families? Will they be for groups of people? So there's no right or wrong answer to this. You just need to be checking descriptions and checking out that you know what people are offering in your area. You don't always just want to compete on price. Let me say that again. You don't always want to be competing on price. It's a race to the lowest price, is a race that everybody's going to lose. You don't want to be going in there thinking, well, if they're doing this on this property and I undercut them by this, happy days, because big companies will be able to undercut you more and will see you out of the market if you're not careful. You want to be very competitive on price, and you can actually be a little bit more expensive as long as you can offer something for that extra price, some sort of extras. So check what the extras are that people are offering in the area. You know, what do they give you? Maybe a discount on, or what do they give you that's a bit of above and beyond that everybody else is doing? Check their pictures, check their descriptions. Where can you see an element that maybe they're a little bit weaker in their pictures or their descriptions that you can actually get an advantage on? So titles, descriptions, things that grab your attention from their listing. If you're scrolling and all of a sudden something makes you stop and you think, oh, I need to look at that property, make a note of it. Why did you stop? Was it the title? Was it the description? Was it the picture? Start making your own list of the things that you feel when you're scrolling through the portals, that grabs my attention. That makes me want to look at that. I want to click on this. And then you can start to incorporate those into your own service accommodation listings. And this will really, really help you stand out from the crowd and really hit the ground running if you are just starting out. If you have already started out, review your pictures compared to other people's pictures, your listings, your titles. See what grabs you when you're scrolling through these things. What really takes you by the scruff of the neck and makes you want to click and go into their listing. Start noting these things down, make yourself a big list and then tweak things. You don't have to change everything. What I would say is maybe no more than 3 things at a time to see if it makes a real difference to you. And also with your prices, you need to be going up and down, not just keeping them the same. You know, we say seasonal. Some areas won't be as seasonal as others. They'll be pretty much run of the mill, you know, contractors churning out all the time, but you can still look to tweak the prices, still keep on top of the revenue management, as we say, because it's vitally important that you get this correct as well to make sure you have a successful serviced accommodation business. So another great thing to really look for, as I've said before and touched on, is discounts. What sort of discounts will people be offering for potentially midweek stays? Or if midweek is the busiest time, what are the weekend prices like? What do people offer in the way of discounts for longer term stays? So if somebody wanted to take it for weeks, months, maybe even a few months, what are the sort of discounts on offer as well? Because it's great to know and be able to line it up to be able to compete, to be able to stay competitive in what is a competitive market. So it's really important for you to be able to confirm and to be able to look at the stats, to be able to look at what people are doing, how they're doing it, so you can build up your own vision of the area, your own picture, if you like, of your area and how you're going to operate in that area. Because we want to make ourselves the property professional of our area. You'll have heard me say it before if you've watched any of my other videos. We need to be the property professionals because it is an ever-growing market out there. There are times where it's going to be hard, okay? Life has ups and downs. Property investing has ups and downs. Business in general has its ups and downs, okay? So we need to make sure that we know why we're doing this. And I always say to everybody, if you're doing this for just monetary reasons, i.e. you want to build a business, of course we all do. We want money to be coming into that business. Otherwise, you haven't got a business, you've got a liability. But equally to that, when times are hard and it's penny pinching or it's just a few quid, you need a bigger reason why. So I always say to anybody who's out there, why are you building this business? What is the purpose of it? And it needs to really be more than a financial purpose. If your reason why for starting something is so important to you, and it's not just financial gain, you will keep going when it is tough and when things don't go your way. Instead of looking at things as a failure, oh, I failed, you'll be looking at things as, okay, that didn't work. You might think to yourself it's a failure, but you want to tell yourself that didn't work. How can I make it better and how can I make it work? Because I have to do this. I have no other reason not to do this. I have to make this happen. For me, it's my kids, my sons. I have to achieve goals and I have to make things happen. People say to me, you're very consistent in your social media and the help that you offer people. You're very consistent in your business and how you're growing it and the set targets that you put yourself and how you're going to beat and make your targets. Yes, because it's very important that my boys know that what I say I'm going to do, I go out there and I do it. And I may fail in the sense that it might not work. I may come up with a great idea, a great plan. I may try it and it not work. It fails. But it doesn't. I don't look at it as a failure. I look at it as a learning. Right, I've learned now how not to do that, okay? So let's change it and let's try something else. And I'd rather fail moving forward, safe in the knowledge that at the end of the day, I'm inspiring my children to hopefully be able to get out there and do it themselves. You need to have that yourself. You need to have that vision. You need to have that reason why. And then you can go out there and you can blow the competition out the water. Why? Because you'll be so focusedly driven that you will not fail. You will drive yourself forward. And this is what we start with our training and coaching in massive areas. We want to see you succeed, but you are the only one that can succeed. We can help and guide you, but we need you to know why you're doing this and what you are doing it for. And again, if it is financial gain and it is all about money for you, that's fine. But just make sure 100% it is that reason, okay? Because as I say, there will be times where things don't go your way. There will be worrying times where potentially you take a property and it's not as profitable as you'd hoped. But normally, and I say this normally, as long as you've done your due diligence on the properties and the area of the clientele that you want to be putting into the property, you know your price points, you know the competition in the area, and you know that you're in a market that will have its ups and downs as anything, you are halfway there. And again, this is why we train people and coach people with the ultimate serviced accommodation business builder training program, to make sure that they know these things. And if you don't, or you do something that you're not 100% sure about, you've got a coach there with over 7 years worth of experience in serviced accommodation alone, let alone the other businesses that they've built up, to be able to help and support you and to be able to tell you how to fix any problems that you have in your SA business. This is why it can be so vital and important to invest in yourself and invest in your knowledge. And again, if you're interested, we have a 10-step serviced accommodation guide on the propertyunleashed.com website. Just go there and download it. If you have any problems, reach out to me on social media. I'm more than happy to help you. But back to this, you've got your reason why you want to take on the competition, you want to build and grow your serviced accommodation empire, or maybe you just want a few properties, but either way, you need to know how to be competitive in a competitive market. So I hope this has helped you and will help you set yourself up for success moving forward. I'm sure it will, and I look forward to you having great success. But make sure you do take time to do your homework. And a little caveat to that is, do your homework, but don't just do homework, okay? You need to know these things, but some people can get a little bit caught up in the numbers and realistically, they can talk themselves out of doing something. Make sure you put yourself in communities where it's like-minded people that can help and support each other, okay? We have those as well. We have everything that actually you need. Why? Because I've been there and done it, and I know what I needed early on in my investing career, and I surrounded myself with the right people and I pushed myself forward. We now help and support and do the same for others. So the help and support is out there. Just make sure that you tap into it and make the most of it. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've enjoyed helping you and guiding you with this. If you need help, you know where it is. We offer it there. You take care of yourself, and bye for now.